If you've worked within any large organisation, you've likely noticed most people can be neatly categorised by skill set or personality. The same is true of the military. Here are 20 more soldier archetypes you'll find in the army, ranked from best to worst. Number 1. The Green Bean. The Green Bean is a high-performing digger renowned for their relentless motivation. While their high-energy nature perhaps sees them not unanimously adored, the Green Bean is driven to excel through enthusiasm, attention to detail, and love for the game of soldiering.
Because I love this job.
They are often a well-rounded class of digger and can be trusted to perform across a variety of settings. Less motivated diggers will often use keen or green as a slur in an attempt to denigrate the keen digger. However, the Green Bean is a true believer and not flummoxed by such petty slander of those more jaded. Number 2. The Zealot. The Zealot has channeled all their energies and attention into a singular facet of military skills or capability. They are likely a highly respected expert in their field, however may not be equally talented across the other components of military training. Every unit will likely have multiple zealots across their assorted specializations, with common examples including combat shooting, sniping, first aid, signals, heavy weapons, reconnaissance, mortars, or mobility. While the zealot can provide value by upskilling others, they can also be extremely annoying, as they may overstate the value of their craft and may even bemoan or resent other forms of training. Number 3. The Kit Monster. The Kit Monster or Gear Whore relishes the latest shiny or innovative bit of commercially available military equipment. They will happily spend hours tinkering with their body armor, pack, and rifle with autistic attention to detail, chasing the perfect setup. This quest for perfection is however a costly one, and the Kit Monster is sometimes under monetary duress as a result of blowing their paycheck on the latest bit of Gucci gear. Despite their financial strains, the Kit Monster is usually well motivated, and their underlying mania is derived from well-intentioned enthusiasm for the job.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Number 4. Selection Trial. Selection is the physically arduous screening process undertaken by diggers attempting to join Special Operations Command. Generally, this occurs once a year depending on which unit they're trying out for. However, the lead-up training may take months of preparation. Diggers attempting selection are sometimes given concessions to help them train, in the spirit of providing them the best opportunities. Where this falls apart, however, is when the digger is repeatedly injured or fails selection year after year. This is where the selection digger may gain a negative reputation from their teammates, as although they're likely fit and well motivated, they repeatedly miss routine or undesirable training activities in pursuit of their Special Forces goals. Number 5. The Alpha Male. The Alpha Male default character thrives on a boisterous and assertive personality and is often physically imposing or a skillful boxer or martial artiste. Typically highly aggressive by nature, they can be a valued asset in most martial aspects of combat. The Alpha Male digger is viewed as a bully by some.
What the fuck did you say?
That's literally nothing.
And outside of combat or martial facets of training, can be prone to disciplinary issues due to their fiery temperament and low emotional intelligence. Number 6. Signature Clothing Guy. There's not a lot of room for artistic license within the restraints of military dress standards. However, some diggers go out of their way to explore the grey space. The Signature Clothing Guy is renowned for always equipping a rare or iconic item. Examples include one who never removes their bush hat, or those overly fond of Hawaiian shirts. This trait doesn't explicitly impact their performance or soldiering ability, though it might be viewed as strange by teammates or draw the ire of the chain of command. Number 7. The Achilles Heel. An otherwise fit, capable, or talented digger who has a bizarre trait or physical weakness that is at odds with their character and skill set. This digger is often well-rounded in most aspects of soldiering and a popular teammate in spite of their ailment. Notorious examples include a physically impressive digger adorned with a six-pack and washboard abs, who for inexplainable reasons hilariously struggles to do even a meagre amount of sit-ups. The absurdity of this disorder makes them the butt of many jests, though their otherwise consistent performance keeps them from becoming ostracised for their condition. Number 8. The Padre. Slang for a digger with an overt fanaticism towards their religious denomination of choice. In the irreverent and largely secular Australian military culture, the Padre stands out for his pious behaviour and beliefs, in contrast to the debaucherous attitudes of the average digger. The Padre is usually a decent soldier, and despite their zealotry, has a good sense of humour on account of all the jests they receive.
I kick ass for the Lord!
Number 9. The Token Ethnic. Australia's societal multiculturalism extends to the army, with people of diverse ethnicities and backgrounds joining up to fight for kangaroo and country. While it's fair to say most diggers share a mixed heritage, the Token Ethnic leans into their lineage and makes it the nucleus of their soldiering identity.
Naturalmente accolti sotto la mia protezione per la durata del loro soggiorno.
Grazie.
The stereotype is that the token ethnic is either an exceptional demigod weapon of warfare or a chronically disappointing underperformer, with no deviation to these extremes. Number 10. Adam Breaker. Do you have hairy balls? Big hairy balls. Big fat hairy balls. When you need to shake your balls so you have smooth balls.
The best way to trim your balls is with the Ball Buster 5000.
Just kidding. I'm not sponsored by anyone, but I did write a book. And it's aimed at you, the keen digger or rifleman enthusiast. By combining the superpowers of autism and my snipery experience, I've created over 50 pages of practical marksmanship hot tips, tips, and tricks, available in the palm of your hand as a downloadable PDF document. No matter if you're a hillbilly from the boonies or a professional infantryman fighting for democracy, you're all riflemen to me, and I want you to level up your individual skills. So don't be a jaded boy. Go to www.coralseaco.com and get one today. That's www.coralseaco.com
And get yours now.
Number 10. The Retread. This refers to a digger who has re-enlisted into the military after discharging from a previous stint in service. The Retread may bring unique knowledge or experiences to the team on account of their knowledge of the dark arts from a long-forgotten time. Some Retreads rejoin chasing opportunities they missed in their first period of service, while others do so out of desperation or lack of better option. In the latter case, it is highly likely the Retread will be extremely jaded. Number 11. The Permanent Digger. This digger is either by their own machinations or through a series of unfortunate events, doomed to never be promoted. Permanent diggers are able to hone their skills over a longer than usual time frame, and therefore possess inimitable experience and skills not available to newer soldiers. Sometimes this is for extremely based circumstances, such as simply refusing to leave a particular posting location. Other circumstances, however, see the permanent digger never promoted due to performance or discipline reasons. In these circumstances, it's likely they are a festering toxic mess and are likely not a desirable team member. Number 12. The Barracks Lawyer. This digger has made understanding the military justice system a personal mission and will crusade on behalf of the downtrodden or hard done by. Some barracks lawyers seek to help other diggers facing disciplinary action, while others are borderline anarchists who gain knowledge in order to best undermine the military system at every turn.
What the fuck is this?
It's a waiver. Says these pills aren't proven. Says you won't sue if you get fucked up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, fine.
Depending on the motivations of the barracks lawyer, they can also be extremely annoying, offering unsolicited, well actually type advice which may not even be correct. Number 13. The Hopeless Romantic. The Hopeless Romantic is a digger who is both unlucky in love but also has a strong biologically driven need to constantly be in a relationship. This usually sees them engaged in a constant cycle of being dumped by a romantic partner, becoming extremely depressed before immediately re-entering another relationship less than a week later. While not explicitly an indicator of soldierly performance, the Hopeless Romantic can't help but bring their emotionally charged relationship woes to work, and will frequently unburden themselves to anyone who will listen. Number 14. The Nicotine Monster. Durries, snooze, dip, chew, cigars, they want it all. Be this a lifelong addiction or a vice they acquired in the army, this digger can't exist without nicotine coursing through their system. The Nicotine Monster is incapable of forecasting their sustainment requirements and will invariably run out of tobacco 3 days into a field exercise. The recent introduction of Zyn and similar products has helped ease their suffering. However, the Nicotine Monster can still be found begging teammates for a fix, or in some nauseating cases, reusing old snooze pouches or second-hand dip. Number 15. The Topper. No matter what your story, this digger has always done one better. The Topper is habitually braggadocious and will gleefully one-up or top the accomplishments of those around them in conversation. Their penchant for over-embellishing their triumphs and putting down the achievements of others make them a painful personality to converse with, and their associated lack of self-awareness makes them an undesirable teammate. Another nickname for the Topper is Two Shits, as one could tell them a story about doing a poo, and they would immediately gloat about having done twice the amount. Number 16. The Thruster. Career progression is a certainty in the low-merit organisation that is the military. However, some yearn for advancement more than others. The Thruster is one who takes extraordinary steps to gain positions on promotion courses, or one who constantly manoeuvres their career to most rapidly climb the corporate ladder. The Thruster is often cutthroat in this pursuit, and is known to sacrifice personal relationships while chasing their goals. While the Thruster may possess good soldier skills, their ruthless and overt desire to earn a top spot in the corporation makes them prone to backstabbing, and earns them the contempt of their teammates. Number 17. The Pole Smoker. Brown-nosing, sucking up, on the peg, on the nose. There are many terms for this character, and they exist in every workforce on the planet. The Pole Smoker's talent lies in their ability to schmooze superiors, usually in an attempt to gain favourable conditions or avoid undesirable circumstances. There are levels to the pole smoking game, with more cunning practitioners able to manipulate leadership and peers into having an overinflated view of their usually mediocre performance, while poor practitioners of the technique are broadly despised by their teammates and commanders alike. Number 18. The piss wreck. An overwhelmingly endearing term for one who is by all rights a non-diagnosed alcoholic. The piss wreck is renowned for their excessive and consistent consumption of alcohol, well beyond what is even considered culturally acceptable in the military. Even if they are an adequate soldier, their constant inebriation leads to poor decision making, both in a social setting and when drinking in isolation. This makes them a constant administrative and disciplinary nightmare, as they must be strictly monitored in any setting involving alcohol, lest they impose their goblin mode misconduct on the general public. Number 19. The Jaded One. The Jaded Digger is a common character class to any unit and can be found lamenting every aspect of military life. The Jaded Digger brings unmatched toxicity to any small team and will readily bring down the spirit of those around them through their constant complaining. In some cases, the Jaded Digger worked out early into their service obligation that army life is not for them and is taking out the frustration of their remaining years on their peers. In others, the Jaded Digger is simply a miserable sad sack by their very nature, and despite being able to leave the army at any time, decided to stick around imparting their misery on others. Number 20. The Jack Cunt. Given the team-oriented and goal-focused nature of the military, obscene acts of individual self-interest are viewed with extreme disgust by all others. The Jack is one prone to such egregious acts of selfishness or laziness, and is arguably the most despised class of digger. Their lack of teamwork, inconsiderate nature, or low work ethic make them detested by teammates and superiors alike, as they can seldom be trusted to perform either individually or within a team setting. To be exposed and labelled as a JC by the group is exceptionally damaging to career progression, and the JC will likely only survive this reputational damage by transferring to another unit. Until the next video, thank you for the gift of your time.